Super Mario Sunshine's main mechanic was an interesting feature when the game was released in 2002 for Nintendo GameCube. After landing at the airstrip on Delfino Isle, Mario meets a machine called FLUDD. It is a spray machine that has a spray nozzle that can help Mario clean dirt off the ground, unlock stages, refill secret Shine Sprites, and get blue coins out of graffiti. It also has a secondary nozzle by default called the Hover Nozzle, which allows Mario to hover for a short period of time. There are two more nozzles that can be unlocked in different levels, the Turbo Nozzle and the Rocket Nozzle. In this video, we are going to focus on a challenge that players have tried to attempt in this game. Can you collect all Shine Sprites without using a Hover Nozzle? If you are not familiar with this game, it may come as a surprise to you that it is indeed possible to beat the game without using a Hover Nozzle. There are many places in a game where you think you would require a Hover Nozzle, but players have found unique and interesting ways to collect Shine Sprites without the Hover Nozzle. Some of these challenges are surprisingly tricky, for example the eel fight underwater, or getting on the top of the golden mushroom in Pienta Village. Though not only do we have to check if we can collect Shine Sprites without a Hover Nozzle, we also need to check how many blue coins we can collect too. There are a total of 120 Shine Sprites in this game. 24 of them are collected from trading blue coins. By trading 10 blue coins, you get a single Shine Sprite. Let's go through the stages one by one. In Delfino Plaza, there is not a single Shine Sprite or blue coin you cannot collect, since you can unlock the Rocket Nozzle after either entering Corona Mountain or collecting 30 shines in addition to unlocking Yoshi and the Turbo Nozzle. In Piango Hills we gain access to the Rocket Nozzle in episode 4 and have no problem collecting the blue coins on top of the windmill or BD's resting spot in episode 5 where the blue coin appears from episode 6 onwards. Rico Harbor has some hard movement you have to do to get the Rocket Nozzle in episode 3, but fortunately there's also nothing that we cannot collect without the use of the Hover Nozzle. Gelato Beach may be quite difficult to go through, as it is not until episode 5 that we can unlock the Rocket Nozzle to have an easier time collecting certain blue coins. Again, though, there's no Shine Sprite or blue coin you cannot collect. Pinna Park doesn't have a Rocket Nozzle to help us to get some blue coins around Pirate Ship, but all of those blue coins are possible to collect without the Hover Nozzle by doing some clever platforming. You see how Rocket Nozzle helps us a lot. After all, both the Turbo Nozzle and the Rocket Nozzle can do glitches like these. But let's move on. Sirena Beach also doesn't have a Rocket Nozzle, but as you may have guessed, there's also no blue coin or Shine Sprites that won't need a Hover Nozzle to collect. Though, the secret levels can be quite difficult to do without Hover Nozzle when going for the hidden shines. Pienta Village's Rocket Nozzle unlocks in episode 8, and while some blue coins are episode specific, none of them are impossible to collect. Though, it is possible to enter the secret without using the Hover Nozzle, although I wouldn't worry about it. So now we have gone through almost all of the levels, and literally none of them have any issues with collecting all of the Shine Sprites and blue coins. Now we have just Noki Bay left. Noki Bay has an underwater fight with Illumouth and a red coin fish, which can be very hard to collect, but Illumouth can be defeated, you know it by now. And by positioning yourself in a certain spot for the red coin fish, you can collect all of the red coins. So there we go! We are able to collect all Shine Sprites in Super Mario Sunshine and all of the blue coin. But wait a minute! Why are these 4 blue coins still on top of the pillars? You see, since the challenge is to not use the Hover Nozzle when you're underwater, you're unable to use it to gain extra height. In the underwater area in episode 4 and 8, there are 4 blue coins on top of these pillars. When you spawn underwater, you don't have enough time to get on top of any of these pillars before you sink too far down. And without the Hover Nozzle, you can't gain any extra height. So that unfortunately answers the question for us. It is impossible to collect all Shine Sprites without the Hover Nozzle. But There are some theories and glitches which might prove to be helpful in the future. It is possible to perform a glitch to raise Elu mount very high out of its hiding hole. Unfortunately, the Hover Nozzle is required for the current method to get this glitch to work. But what if we have a method to raise Elu mount out of its hiding hole without the use of a Hover Nozzle? Won't that help us to get those blue coins? As you can see, if we can somehow start really high up, we can at least get 2 of those blue coins. The remaining 2 blue coins will require something else to be collected. Using other nozzles underwater isn't possible either, since as soon as you have gone through the loading zone, the game will give you the Hover Nozzle automatically. And well, besides, both Rocket Nozzle and the Turbo Nozzle are not available in episode 4 and 8. Fun fact, did you know this Hover Nozzle is actually not the same Hover Nozzle you use normally on land? But I will leave that explanation for the future video. That is unfortunately everything we can think of to try and get those blue coins. What can you really do with the regular spray nozzle, other than spray this pillar in hopes of getting raised up? Some Sunshine runners do speedruns for this challenge, and the category is called Max % Hoverless. Maybe in the future we can finally call this category 120 Shines Hoverless, but the game seems to be pretty solved in terms of skips and glitches. But you never know, maybe someone will finally find a very obscure trick that will allow us to collect those 4 blue coins underwater without the need of the Hover Nozzle. I am certain that some of you are curious why it is called Max % Hoverless and not 119 Shines Hoverless. I guess the best way to explain it is that it doesn't make sense to call it 119 Shines Hoverless, as you are left out with 6 blue coins that you cannot trade. But who am I to tell? I don't make rules. If you are interested to try out this challenge in the future by yourself, be aware that some Shine Sprites are actually hard. This obviously includes all of the Noki Bay underwater sections, Piano 3, and many secrets. And now, when you are this far in the video, and if you enjoyed the video, you can remember to subscribe to me, because that's like what every YouTuber says, I guess. But seriously, if you do enjoy my content, please subscribe. I highly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I will see you in the next video.